So next we are looking into types of gypsum products. So if they ask you classify gypsum products means you have to tell about this. So according to ADA specification number 25, gypsum products are classified as type 1. See here type 1 gypsum, impression plaster, type 2 model plaster, type 3 dental stone, type 4 dental stone or dye stone with high strength, type 5 dental stone or dye stone with high strength and high expansion. So you have to tell type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4 and type 5. Not in a other way. Or class 1, class 2 or order 1. Not like that. You have to tell type 1 impression plaster, type 2 model plaster, type 3 dental stone, type 4 dental stone with high strength, type 5 dental stone with high strength and high expansion. Note the difference between type 4 and type 5. It is having only high strength. Type 5 have high strength plus high expansion. So according to International Organization for Standardization, see gypsum products, impression plaster type 1, model plaster type 2, high strength plasters are categorized into type 3, type 4, type 5. Type 3 dental stone, type 4 dental stone with high strength and low expansion, type 5 dental stone with high strength and high expansion. Coming to type 1. So type 1 is known as impression plaster. You have discussed previously about impression materials, right? Like reversible, irreversible, rigid, elastic impression materials such as alginate, agar, impression compound, zinc oxide impression paste, and elastomeric impression materials. So previously, before these impression materials, what you have discussed in previous classes, they used to use impression plaster. So impression plaster was once used for making impression. This is not used nowadays because of its rigidity and brittleness. So impression plaster is a beta form of calcium sulfate hemihydrate, and we make mucostatic impression material. Mucostatic means without applying any pressure on the tissues, we can make impression. This product is rarely used nowadays for making impression because they are replaced with hydrocolloids and elastomers, and also with recent advancements, this impression plaster is not used nowadays for making impression. This impression plaster is This plaster is modified by adding potato starch so that it will become more soluble and will be helpful for making impression. So impression plaster contains potato starch. That's why previously they used to use for making impression. Uses: it's used for making final impression in construction of complete dentures. So used for making final impression in completely edentulous patients, and for bite registration to record the occlusion of the patient, bite registration, making impression of maxillofacial process. For a patient to make impression of the face or its structures like eye, nose, ear. For making these impressions, they used to use impression plaster. Or for making impression of flabby tissue, when the mucosal tissue covering the edentulous ridge is loose or flabby, we cannot use a regular material. So they used to use this impression plaster. Main disadvantage of this material is very brittle. Brittle means if we apply some amount of pressure, it used to break away and fractures easily. That's why it is not used nowadays. Type 2 model plaster, usually marketed in the natural white color. Usually model plaster will be obtained in white color, thus contrasting the stone which are generally colored. If you remember, model plaster will be white in color, whereas dental stone or dye stone will be in a different colors like a green, orange or yellow. This model plaster is used for making steady cast or models, or for mounting the cast to articulators, or for flasking. Type 3 dental stone. See, this is green in color. Dental stone is discovered in 1930. It is a alpha form of hemihydrate. It has a minimal 1 hour compression strength of 20.7 megapascal, but it does not exceed 34.5 megapascal. So as it has more compression strength, this will be more stronger or more strength than the model plaster. So that's why we use dental stone for making master cast, as it can withstand the pressure uses for making master cast. Type 4 is known as, also called as improved stone or die stone. It is known as improved stone or die stone with high strength. It requirements more strength or hardness, abrasion resistance, and minimal setting expansion. So more surface hardness than type 3. So the surface hardness of the die stone or type 4 dental stone will be more than the type 3 dental stone. This is used for making a die. Die is nothing but positive replica of a single tooth. Positive replica of a single tooth is known as die. On the die, they will add wax and they will shape the wax with a sharp instrument. When they are shaping the wax with sharp instruments, that instrument should not damage the die or the cast. So the sharp instrument should not easily damage or should not produce any depressions in the die or the cast. Then only the wax pattern what you make will come exactly of a natural crown or natural tooth. So by carving the wax with sharp instrument, it should not produce any abrasions or any lines on the cast. So that's why we have to use die stone for preparing a die on which wax pattern will be fabricated. Type 5 dental stone has high strength and high expansion. This high expansion is usually required for any dental investments. This topic will be discussed later. The dental investments are nothing but once after preparing the tooth in the oral cavity to give a metal crown or metal ceramic crown. After preparation, we make impression. Then pour a cast, prepare a die of a single positive replica of a single tooth onto which wax pattern is done. The wax pattern is done to create a normal tooth contours of the final crown. Once the wax pattern is ready, that has to be preserved or that has to be encased or enclosed in some area where this wax will be replaced with metal. To obtain a metal crown, wax which has been carved like a tooth has to be converted or replaced with the metal. So to do this, we have to enclose this wax pattern in some hard enclosure. That is, for that we use investment or dental investments. So once this dental investment is used, the wax will be eliminated and into the wax eliminated mold space, the metal in a liquid state or molten state will be filled into it. Once the metal is cooled down or come to normal temperature, and we can break the investment and we'll obtain the final crown. So these will be discussed in later part. So type 5 exhibits high compressive strength than type 4. Setting expansion has been increased from 0.10% to 0.30%. So expansion is more than the type 4. Rationale for increasing setting expansion is certain newer alloys like base metal alloys have greater casting shrinkage. To prevent the casting shrinkage, this expansion has to be taken place because the shrinkage is lessening the size, expansion increasing the size. So by these two contracts and we get a normal crown or normal final tooth shaped crown. So to prevent the casting shrinkage, this expansion is being utilized. That's why dental investments has expansion inbuilt. Thus, high expansion is required for stone die to aid in compensating the alloy solidification shrinkage. To compensating the alloy shrinkage, these dental investments has to have a property of expansion. And see here, as you see, type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4, type 5. See water powder ratio. For type 1, it requires 0.41 to 0.75. As more water content, requires more water content. So from type 1 as you go down, it requires 0.45 to 0.5, type 3 0.28 to 0.3, type 4 0.22 to 0.24 water powder ratio, type 5 0.18 to 0.22. See, from type 1 to type 5, the water powder ratio is decreasing. In setting time, it remains for more or less same. For type 1, 4 plus or minus 1 minutes, others 12 plus or minus 4 minutes. That is coming to expansion. For 2 hour setting expansion will be more for type 2 and type 4. Whereas compressive strength is more for type 5 compared to type 1. See, type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4, type 5. Expansion, see, compressive strength is more, keep on increasing from type 1 to type 5. Coming to manipulation. So how you manipulate or how you do the mixing part. So as you already done in first year and second year, first you have to take a clean bowl and a spatula, clean spatula, hard, stiff spatula, and you have to take water in a graduated jar and dispense in bowl. Then you have to measure the powder on a weighing machine. So don't take the scoop wise. So in scoop, sometimes air will be incorporated. So we cannot get every time same amount of powder. So always you have to weigh the powder in grams. Then take water in ml. First dispense water in bowl. Then the measured powder has to be dispersed in that water and mix with help of spatula. While mixing, you have to see that you should get smooth homogeneous mix and it should not get any kind of clumps, and you have to do sniffing to the borders of the bowl and you have to see that entire powder should be mixed in the water. So manipulation, proportioning, water powder ratio, 100 grams of 100 grams of plaster requires 18.6 ml of water. This is not grams, ml of water. 100 grams of plaster requires 18.6 ml of water. So we have to always follow the manufacturer recommendations. So use weighing balance to measure powder and accurate graduated cylinder for taking water or measuring water. Mixing. Usually we do hand mixing. Mechanical mixing is more preferred. Bowl should be in a parabolic shape and should be smooth and resistant to abrasion. So always use clean bowl. Any kind of contaminants will be affecting the setting. Spatula should be stiff blade and handy. Periodic wiping inside of the bowl, breaking the algomerators. Means we should see that it should not form any kind of clumps in it. Longer spatulation, more will be the working time. After taking powder, this powder is dispensed in water and it is mixed. Once it is mixed, then you have to tap it properly to remove any kind of air bubbles. If air bubbles are there, it you get porosity in the cast. Then you have to pour the mixed material in the impression. Once after impression is filled, we have to place in a vibrator to remove any kind of air bubbles. So guesswork should be always avoided. So if you do a guesswork of keep adding or removing powder from the water or adding water, keep on doing like that, decreases the strength and also distort the final product. Use automatic vibrator with high frequency and low magnitude so that it removes air bubbles from the setting material. See here. Once the cast is set and if you section it, see this set stone. It is improperly mixed. As there are air bubbles, you can see the voids. Because of these voids, this cast will have a weaker strength. Weak strength. Whereas see this, compared to this, it is smooth and continuous. So this has more strength compared to first one because of lack of porosity. And this can get this type because of proper proportionating water and powder and neat mixing. And we have another special gypsum products such as used for mounting stones or plasters. We have fast setting and slow setting expansion products, wide stone or plaster used for long working time. And we have time savers for extremely fast setting and ready to use in 5 minutes where we need only little working time. And some has changed colors to indicate whether it is ready for use or not, like alginate. So change in colors happens to indicate whether it is ready for use or not. So product contains a small amount of plaster or resin to reduce brittleness and improves resistance to abrasion. Care of gypsum products. How you take care? As we see, humidity. If there is a moisture content in the atmosphere, hemihydrate absorb water readily and will leads to partial setting. So that's why when you are storing the gypsum products, it should be stored in a dry atmosphere. Always place in a dry atmosphere and seal the product in a moisture-proof metal container. So avoid any kind of moisture contamination. Keep in a dry atmosphere and it should be in a moisture-proof metal container. Coming to infection control. Now we are seeing in this COVID situation or in Corona time, there will be a lot of infection transmission from one person to other person. So to avoid that, we have to prevent this cross contamination. One of the ways in dentistry is as you make impression of a patient, the microorganism or bacteria or virus from the one patient mouth will be carried to the impression material. And if you not clean properly and sent to the lab, if the lab people handles that impression with bare hands, their hands will get contaminated. So to prevent this cross contamination, always we have to disinfect. Okay, we have to disinfect impression material. Same way we have to disinfect the cast to prevent any kind of cross contamination. So infection control. Concern over infection control is gaining impressions in dental office because of increasing cross infection. When impression has not been disinfected, there is a need to disinfect the stone. Remember, impression is not disinfected. Before a cast in that cast has to be disinfected properly. Useful disinfectants of stone casts include spray disinfectants, hypochlorites and iodophores. When patients with known case of infection are being treated, overnight gas sterilization is an option. So we have to do overnight gas sterilization to prevent the cross contamination. Conclusion: the use of gypsum products is widespread in dentistry. So complete and thorough knowledge is essential for successful manipulation of these materials. So we have to have complete knowledge of these. As we use more often, gypsum products are used more often, we should have thorough knowledge of this to use in dentistry. Thank you.